Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, Christians throughout the Bahamas joining millions around the world in commemorating one of the most significant highlights in the Christian calendar, Palm Sunday. Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham responding to the recent dilemma surrounding the City Market's food store chain and what his government plans on doing for employees. Plus, inclement weather dampens what was supposed to be a massive rally for the Progressive Liberal Party in the nation's second city. And for all motorists, there are new rules of the road that you should pay attention to. So hold on to your seats. The Bahamas Tonight Weekend Edition starts in 20 seconds.
Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Weekend Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. As always, it's great to have you starting your Holy Week off with us. Today is Palm Sunday. Millions of Christians around the world and in the Bahamas observe this day, which marks the beginning of Holy Week. It's one of the most significant highlights in the Christian calendar. Christians use this time to reflect on the life, crucifixion, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Palm Sunday recalls the entry of Jesus into Jerusalem, riding on a donkey amidst shouts of Hosanna, while scattered palms in his path. Here at home, thousands of Christians attended Palm Sunday church services to observe the triumphant procession while reflecting on the Passion of Christ. This Holy Week includes Good Friday, where Jesus was crucified on a cross more than 2,000 years ago, and culminates at Easter when Jesus rose triumphant from the dead. The Prime Minister made his first public comments on the uncertainty facing hundreds of City Market's employees about overdue salaries, pensions, and other benefits. This as a financially strapped food store chain seeks a buyer. The Right Honorable Hubert Ingraham, while at the Free National Movement's Fox Hill constituency office opening, said up until 2006, City Market was a profitable food store chain employing 1,350 Bahamians with a balance sheet of $14 million in cash. Dividends, he added, were paid regularly with shares traded as high as $22.75 each. He said that City Market was a good corporate citizen celebrated for the millions of dollars given to thousands of Bahamian scholarship recipients to pursue university degrees. Clint Watson reports that the F&M leader said he was assured that City Market employees' pensions are secured and outlined the company's misfortunes beginning 6 years ago.
But Mr. Ingraham said something went terribly wrong in 2006 when the PLP government approved the sale to a Barbadian company and a small prominent Bahamian private investor group. According to the Prime Minister, the company reported a loss from the second year and began an endless spiral downwards, requiring a constant need for additional injection of cash. The share value, according to Mr. Ingraham, was no longer listed or traded over the counter and, in his view, are worthless today. At a rally Saturday night, the Prime Minister acknowledged the concern of the pension fund that the 400 employees remaining have invested.
We're told that their pensions are secure. Further, we'll do the necessary to ensure that you are dealt with in full compliance with the law regarding to any severance payment you are entitled to. It is a sad reality that hundreds of Bahamian shareholders lost their investment, and hundreds of Bahamian workers now have unstable employment and face an uncertain future.
Mr. Ingraham says what's ironic is the same Perry Christie who says he puts Bahamians first in 2006 turned down a bid to purchase City Markets by a group of Bahamians who at a minimum understood the business and what the local market consumer demanded. He believes that the Christie administration agreed to a purchase which resulted in the destruction of a long-standing Bahamian supermarket chain.
Bahamians must shudder at the thought of what potential disasters any new Christie government would bring to the country in terms of making decisions that would affect the livelihoods, the shares, the retirement savings, and the pension funds of Bahamians. Even as the F&M has been building a shareholding society, the PLP has been dismantling it and encouraging Bahamians not to buy shares in quality companies like Arawak Port, which would make profits for the shareholder, but rather sought to try to persuade them to buy shares in City Market or R&D theatres.
The Prime Minister says his government has helped tens of thousands of Bahamians become shareholders, while in his view, the PLP is only interested in a few.
They don't want a shareholding society. They want a shareholding club made up of themselves and their cronies and special guest interests. This is what they so greedily attempted to do through that phantom Blue Water Company. They wanted dead serious. They wanted a gold rush to raid the cookie jar at BTC in order to line their pockets and stuff their bank accounts. I never stop saying to you, keep them out so they don't sell you out.
Clint Watson, ZNS News.
While at their Fox Hill opening, Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham says the FNM is building a new country. He says they believe they have been faithful stewards and worked hard for the Bahamian people. The Prime Minister told supporters of the FNM's plans for Fox Hill through its Heritage Initiative and also detailed its government's determined efforts to fight crime. Again, here's Clint Watson.
We cannot afford 5 years of delay and indecision in the midst of the serious challenges the country faces. I will deliver, I assure you, for all Bahamians.
Regardless of how you look at it, Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham says the 2012 general election is about steady and decisive leadership. Mr. Ingraham says Bahamians can play a key role in helping the country to move forward by voting FNM. The Prime Minister says he wants every Bahamian child, regardless of class, to have the same opportunities in life and also have a chance to also give back. He called it building an opportunity society.
It is a society that goes beyond the boundaries of party, race or creed. It's a society where our children can grow up safe. The opportunity society we are securing is one in which our children and young people have access to decent schools and a quality education. The opportunity society we are creating is revolutionizing health care in the Bahamas, from a landmark prescription drug benefit to the most advanced healthcare facilities in our region to the national catastrophic health insurance in our next term. The Opportunity Society is one in which all Bahamians have access to jobs, economic opportunities, and greater ownership of our economy.
The Prime Minister outlined the extraordinary amounts invested to upgrade infrastructure, the effectiveness of the police, and the capacity of the criminal justice system to beat back the scourge of crime. It is known that communities like Fox Hill are rich in culture and history, and according to the Prime Minister, ripe for the advancement of commerce through the government's proposed Heritage Tourism Initiative. Mr. Ingraham told supporters that they'll see significant infrastructural enhancement and better signage as they share their story with visitors.
Through the College of the Bahamas, we will launch a public-private partnership called Our Bahamian Stories as a part of the oral history of the project. This oral history will save the voices of generations of Bahamian wisdom and folk stories.
Mr. Ingraham also pointed out that the new roads and intersections, particularly at Marathon and East-West Highway, are designed to alleviate traffic congestion and allow vehicles to move through this busy intersection with ease. Prime Minister Ingraham says during this election season, in particular rallies at the R.M. Bailey Park are a major marker of the effectiveness of the plan. Referring to a PLP event held there Friday night, he noted that reports are the commute to the area was smooth thanks to the new layout.
You just know that some of them who cuss us in public for all these things must say in their minds after gliding on these new roads, Papa, them really do good. No matter whether you're going back and forth to R.M. Bailey Park from here in the east or in the west, north or south, our first world roads will get you there with ease. Fox Hill, I know the road works have taken some time, but now we can see the bigger picture and feel the smoother ride.
He offered this advice to those who voted PLP for a number of years.
I know in your heart of hearts, quite a number of you believe that this government headed by me provided better leadership than the one headed by Christie. I ask for your support in this election. You don't have to tell them you're voting for me. You ain't got to tell them. Just come to Papa. If you like the modernization of this country, you've seen so far, give us 5 more years. Come with me. You ain't saying nothing yet.
Clint Watson, ZNS News.
Former world-class athlete and the Free National Movement's candidate for the Fox Hill constituency, Chanel Ferguson, says giving back to the Bahamas is something she has been doing since leaving her active track and field career. Already, she says, programs for job creation have been established and her team have been busy developing the community while promoting positive programs for residents.
I'm going to establish an unemployment register and a job availability register. As a matter of fact, we have already begun to do so. Every day, our team updates the register, and some merchants are already calling us to let us know that they have vacancies. This would not only restore dignity to families, but it will also help to deter crime. So Fox Hill, get on board. Your future is in your hand. Your future is in your vote. Vote FNM.
The Progressive Liberal Party held a mass rally on Grand Bahama Saturday evening as hundreds of supporters turned out on the grounds of the old portion control parking lot in downtown Freeport. But as Shashina Rowe reports, the inclement weather put a damper on the rally.
The Progressive Liberal Party's candidate for East Grand Bahama, Tanisha Tynes, was the first to take the stage during the party's first mass rally on the island of Grand Bahama. The newcomer on the political scene encouraged persons in attendance to be bold and go for the gold.
We are tired of being burnt. We need relief right now. It's not your fault, Grand Bahama. It's not your fault. The F&M government has failed thee. But there is hope. There is hope because the PLP believes in Grand Bahama. PLPs, they mock us for our belief. But we know that when we believe in nothing, we fall for anything.
Referring to the Reconnection program as a gimmick, candidate for Marcos City Gregory Moss noted that it is the PLP that has the solution to the unemployment crisis when it comes to saving homes and empowering Bahamians.
You have the power company comes up and says, listen, we're going to turn your lights back on for a month. Anyone notice that elections are in a month? Anyone understands that's a gimmick? Anyone understands that your bill that you still have to pay, that's overinflated, interest growing on it, and you got to pay it in a month? Anyone understands that right after election your light could be off again? And that's the only solution they have? Please, man. If you don't know how to solve that, get out.
Also taking the podium was candidate for Central Grand Bahama, Julian Russell. Noting that he believes the country is headed in the wrong direction, Russell said that it is his hope to see the island of Grand Bahama restored.
From West End to East End, the possibilities are endless. We have the right ingredients, but we need the right people in place. We need leaders with a vision and a plan that can turn this country around. We need the PLP. This is the party that has driven down the unemployment before. It has increased household income significantly before, and it did it all in 5 years. In 2002, the PLP met some hard times and weathered the storm. The PLP has done it before and will do it again.
A huge downpour of rain came before the other candidates and leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, could address party supporters. And while many determined to wait even in the rain, an announcement was made that a rally will be rescheduled following the Easter holiday. Shashina Roll, ZNS News.
When we come back, major roads are now open to the motoring public. That story coming up.